recognize the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Barton, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to welcome our two witnesses and give you the red badge of courage for showing up. We invited 13 agencies, and I don't know if y'all drew straws and got the long straws or whatever, but you two are here, and we're glad you're here. We didn't hear from Department of Agriculture, Defense, HHS, Interior, State Department, Transportation, Export-Import Bank, NASA, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, Office of Science and Technology Policy, or U.S. Agency for International Development. For some reason they couldn't make it, but you two are, and y'all been here before, and we're glad y'all are both here. Each of you and the other 11 agencies got a letter dated August the 6th, 2013, asking you to attend, and it asks you to answer 9 questions. Now, when Mr. Waxman was speaking in his Q&A, he said that the Obama administration has spent about $60 billion on climate change. The number I had was $70 billion, but we'll go with Mr. Waxman's $60 billion number. And this is really an effort to let the Obama administration put their best foot forward. So we asked 9 questions, and I asked the staff if your agencies had answered these questions, and I'm told that they'd not. So I'm going to read them into the record and then give each of you briefly a chance to see if you can get us these answers. The first question that we asked your agency was to describe the climate change-related research and technology programs that you're actively engaged in, including programs or activities undertaken with other federal agencies. We didn't get an answer to that. We asked you to describe the climate change adaptation, mitigation, or sustainability-related activities engaged in, including activities undertaken with other federal agencies. We didn't get an answer to that. We asked you to identify all the climate change-related interagency task forces, advisory committees, working groups, and initiatives in which your agency is currently participating in or has participated in since January of 2005. Didn't get an answer to that. We ask you to identify all climate change or clean energy related funding, grants, or financial assistance programs which your agency is currently participating or has participated in, and the amount of climate change or clean energy related funding, grants, and financial assistance distributed by your agencies since January of 2005. Didn't get an answer to that. We asked you to identify all the climate change-related regulations or guidance documents, including regulations or standards to reduce greenhouse gas emissions issued or proposed by your agency since January 2005 or under development. Didn't get an answer to that. We asked you to identify all the climate change-related international negotiations, agreements, partnerships, working groups, or initiatives in which you currently or have previously participated since January 2005. Didn't get an answer to that. Provide the approximate amount of annual agency funding attributed to climate change activities for the fiscal years 2005 through 2012. Didn't get an answer to that. Describe the actions that your agency has undertaken to respond to the executive order by the President, 13514, including the approximate cost, personnel, and other resources dedicated by your agency to implement that executive order. Didn't get an answer to that, Mr. Chairman. And last but not least, to provide a list of each sub-agency, division, and/or program office within your agency that is currently engaged in climate change-related activities, and to provide an estimate of the approximate number of your agency employees and/or contractors engaged part-time or full-time in climate change-related activities. Guess what? Didn't get an answer to that. Now, Mr. Waxman has been asking this committee and the subcommittee to hold hearings on Mr. President Obama's climate change efforts all year long. We asked 9 questions. We didn't get one straight answer. Are you trying to hide something? Are you embarrassed by it? Or you just don't care to respond to the Congress?
Well, I'll answer first, at least, Mr. Barton. Thank you. Look, I am very happy to come and discuss any and all of those questions. I'll address a few of them now, if you'd like. certainly on, well, for the Department of Energy, for example, the question on regulations instead of standards, that's clear. It's efficiency standards is what we do in this regard. In terms of the programs, as I said earlier, I would say, well, our last budget, FY13, enacted, the question is ambiguous, but if we take all of the programs that help address climate change, even if they have other objectives like efficiency, then that count would come to about $5.4 billion. But as I say, there's multiple objectives. There's fuel diversity, nuclear energy, fossil energy, et cetera.
The time has expired, and
Okay.
I think, Mr. Secretary, we do appreciate your making an effort to answer, but I do hope that you all would get with your staffs and try to respond to us, because as it was indicated, we asked these questions
We'll do
some
that,
time ago, and we would appreciate you all responding to that.
Mr. Chairman, before I yield back, the point I'm trying to make is we're trying to have a good faith effort here to have a real dialogue, but in order to have the dialogue, we have to have the facts, and we're being stonewalled, which means the American people is being stonewalled. These are not complicated questions, and they're not trick questions. If the Obama administration has this great climate change action plan, every one of these questions should be able to be answered in detail and in glowing terms. So I would hope that you two representatives of the Obama administration, first of all, both of you are good people, you're smart, you've got integrity, you've worked with this committee. Get us the straight facts, and then we'll have a debate with the other side, folks, over what those facts mean.